We're very pleased to have joining us once again from Nashville, Tennessee, Michaela Anne. Hi.
Hi. Thanks for having us.
Welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
It's always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you. You too.
And your cohort. Introduce
Elijah.
your cohort.
This is Elijah Ocean.
Hey, world.
Elijah's been here before as well, but he's got a new guitar.
Yeah, this is a Guild acoustic.
Yeah, I have one like it.
Cool.
I love it.
Yeah, they make great instruments.
So you guys are on tour. You're touring the West Coast in support of the latest Bright Lights and the Fame.
Yes, yeah.
And you were here last time to support your first record.
Yeah, Ease My Mind. That
Yeah.
was a couple years ago. And I've been back to California a few times. I was here in June, and I can't remember why we didn't come by back
Too tight
then.
of a schedule, maybe.
Yeah, probably. But we're back again.
So you played San Francisco last night, Doc's Lab, great little venue.
Yeah.
And tomorrow night you're playing in Los Angeles.
At the Echo.
At the Echo.
Yeah.
And in between you get a chance to stay in San Francisco tonight and see Lucinda.
Exactly. Yes.
Pretty sweet.
And I already saw her once this week, but I love her so much. I'm going to go again.
Did you see her like up in Seattle or?
No, I saw her in Santa Barbara.
Oh, okay, that's right. They're working their way up.
Yeah, and then I was in Santa Cruz the next night, and they were in Santa Cruz the following night. So we've kind of just been
Ghosting her. Yeah.
just being a groupie, basically.
So, how are things in Nashville?
They're great. Nashville's a great place to live, and life is good. Making music, going on the road.
We played the audio from the video that Rolling Stone posted that you did in your yard.
Oh, yeah.
And that's such a beautiful video and
Thank
such a
you.
beautiful version of the song.
Thank you so much.
Tell us a little bit about. It was an interesting backstory when you shot that video.
Yeah, so I moved to East Nashville 2.5 years ago at this point from New York City, and we left, my husband, when I say we left New York because it was just getting so crazy expensive and wanted a more affordable, calmer life. We were tired of getting pushed out of places. And then Nashville kind of exploded, and this past summer I was on tour, and we found out that our landlord wasn't renewing our lease, and we had to move, and I was only home for like a week the whole summer. And when we came back, also the 2 houses next door to us had been sold and demolished, and they were building 4 monstrous houses in its place. And they tore down this beautiful willow tree in our front yard, and we had one other willow tree in the back that I love willow trees. I have a song called Willow Tree. It was just my favorite thing in the world to look out at. And I always thought I'd make a video there. And literally the last day that we had keys to the house, we were like, okay, let's just go over there. Everything already had moved out, but we're like, let's just shoot a video, just me and my 2 friends, Aaron Ray, this beautiful singer-songwriter, and Kristen Weber, who's an incredible fiddle player and singer and has played with Casey Musgraves and Margot Price and all sorts of people. And we went, and the construction, I knew they took lunch at noon, and we started on the video, and then our video guy had like forgotten something, and by the time they got back, someone had started mowing the lawn, and then the construction started back up, and it was just this frenzied, it was also 100 degrees, frenzied thing of like, there's no quiet anymore in Nashville. And we went and paid off the lawnmower and convinced the construction workers to stop for like 5 minutes and just recorded the song and hoped for the best.
So it was all one take.
One take, yeah.
If you'd like to see it, it's on the Brian on the Radio Facebook page, and check it out because it's just a beautiful video and a great backstory.
Thank you, yeah.
You guys brought your axes. Do you guys want to do a tune for us?
Yeah, we're going to do the title track off my most recent album called Bright Lights and the Fame. You struck me as the type of man I'd love to lose alone. A rambling man with the beat up plan, dreams of hitting gold. Well, you stole my heart playing your guitar. You sang me to my vows. So when you said you were settling in, I didn't listen to my doubts. 'Cause the honky tonks and the cowboy songs would always call your name. But we'll never love anything you were happy as could be. But as the babies grew, I saw us tire you. The simple life left you in me. Well, I was cooking clean and tried everything to keep you as my own. Oh, but from the start I should have listened to my heart, 'cause I could never keep you home. 'Cause the honky tonks and the cowboy songs will always call your name. Oh, you'll never love anything as much as the bright lights and the fame. So when it came the day you went away, I didn't shed a tear. Instead, I kissed your lips and told my heart to quit holding on just out of fear. It ain't you and me, you were meant to be on that highway all alone, singing songs about the woman that you lost, all for nothing but the road. 'Cause the honky tonks and the cowboy songs will always call your name. Oh, you'll never love anything as much as bright lights and the fame. Cause the honky tonks and the cowboy songs would always call your name. Oh, you'll never love anything as much as the bright lights and the fame. Oh, you'll never love anything as much as bright lights and the fame.
Very nice. Very nice indeed. Title track to the latest album, Bright Lights and the Fame. Michaela Anne. Did you listen to country music growing up?
I did. I not from the start. I was definitely a 90s kid and loved top 40, Whitney Houston and Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson and all of that stuff. And my dad was a really big country music fan. He was in the military, and he loved country music. And my mom, not so much. And I kind of, aligned with my mom a little bit and would make fun of my dad a lot as like an 8-year-old. Mm-hmm. And it's funny to me because I remember being like, Dad, why do you like country songs? They're so cheesy. And he told me very sincerely, because every song tells a story. And I thought that was corny. And then, it's ironic because that ultimately is why I love country music and why I write songs. So,
were you a military brat? Did you move around a lot as a kid?
Yeah, we moved every other year. I've moved 29 times in my life.
Does it make it, does it give you a little, maybe a step up in songwriting because you have, as a kid, when you move so much, it's hard to make new friends every couple of years and to adjust to a new school. And do you think that gave you insight that helps with your songwriting today?
I like to think so. I mean, I think everybody comes from such different, unique experiences, and it definitely, I don't know if a leg up, but it is the greatest influence on my songwriting and what kind of stories I like to tell. And I think that's, that was the greatest influence on shaping my thing. And I think about that a lot because I like a lot of sad songs, and I've kind of examined that a lot, and I realize from a very young age, the one emotion that was a constant in my life was longing. So there's always this kind of like underlying sadness in everything I do, where I'm a happy person and was a happy person, but that was a constant. I was always missing my dad, or missing my grandparents who we never lived by, or missing the friends that we just left. That was just, it's such a foreign concept to people that grew up in one place with their extended family and knew no other community. No idea what that's like.
Yeah.
I'm always missing people.
Yeah. Well, now I'm morally sad. Michaela Anne.
Sorry to bum you out.
No,
it's a sad day.
I ask a lot of times artists if what their influences were growing up, and I interviewed Alison Krauss once, and of course her brother Victor is a great bass player, plays with Lyle Lovett and does a lot of studio work. And I said, "What did you guys listen to as kids?" And there was like a little bit of pause, and she goes, "Our favorite was AC/DC."
Nice.
Can you imagine Alison Krauss singing along to AC/DC?
Sweet voice, yeah.
Michaela Anne in the studio. She's on tour. She is heading towards Los Angeles, and she's promoting the new album, Bright Lights and the Fame. Another thing, and you've been in before. I got to see you play in Nashville. You're like the real deal country-wise.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, you can tell when somebody is trying to be country, and you can tell when somebody's country. Mm-hmm. And, it seems weird since you lived in New York for such a long time, or for a while anyway, but, and you moved around, you didn't grow up in Nashville, and
right.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like I don't know, there's so many conversations about what is country and what isn't country, and pop country is so drastically different than
country.
Yeah, it's very different from what a lot of other people consider country music, and I'm not like a severe traditionalist. That's what I like. But
I can hear Porter Wagner and Dolly in there, and some Tammy Wynette, and I like torch singers and the kind of George Jones.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That stuff's just what influenced me the most. But I also am like, I lived in New York City for a long time.
Yeah.
But there's just it's not necessarily a location that I also grew up military, like the most all-American type of upbringing that you can imagine. So,
So it's not where you are, it's what's in you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys want to sing another one?
Yeah. We're promoting the record Bright Lights, but we're going to actually play a brand new song that's going to be on the next record. Yeah. Oh, I start this. I'm losing count of all the times that I've been wrong, but I'm looking in a crowd for a heart I can count on. So play the jukebox, put some George Jones on. It only takes one love song. It's last call for whiskey, and we're sitting at the bar, but I never heard the last call for love in my heart. So play the jukebox, put some George Jones on. It only takes one love song.
Michaela Anne. That's my new favorite Michaela Anne
Oh,
song.
thank you.
That was just great.
Thank you.
That is a torch song, you know?
Thank you. I wrote that with Maya DeVitri of the Stray Birds,
Oh, yeah.
which is a great band. Yeah, I've written a couple songs with her, and we just wrote that last spring. So.
Do you sit down and write together, or do you do it?
Yeah.
Oh.
We write together. And that day we actually sat under that willow tree that's in the video of Easier Than Leaving, and we were just kind of talking about relationships, and we intentionally said, I really want to just write a classic feeling country song, and we wrote that
Nice.
in like a couple hours. So
Nice.
yeah.
If you only knew where it came from,
Yeah.
it'd make it a lot easier.
Yeah, some days you can't get it to happen. It can be, writing songs can be the most frustrating, disheartening like experience, and then also the most like
Fulfilling.
exciting,
Yeah.
liberating. You know, you write a song, you can feel like you can do anything.
Now, are you the type of writer who like keeps a notebook and scribbles down lyrics, or do you do it, get a lick on the guitar or a melody in your head?
I'm kind of, you know, I hear all the time, like Jim Lauderdale. I love him so much.
Oh,
and
me too.
He's kind of that like really classic country. Like you get your title, like you get your, you know, your phrase basically. And he's always writing ideas, and at least that's what he says. I'm not like that. I'm like never able to like think like, oh, that was a catchy line, I should write it down. Only it's happened very rarely for me. I'm definitely someone who's like, I need to sit down with a guitar. I need space. I either need to be concentrating with someone or not have people around me.
So you don't write on the road that much.
Not really. Every once in a while, I'll get ideas. But I just took like 2 days in Santa Barbara and was like, told the people I was staying with, I'm coming to write. And I needed to really like carve out that time. But I had thought of a line that inspired a song. And other times, like a chorus has just magically popped into my head, almost fully formed. But those are very few and far between. So like grasping, I'm not someone who's constantly getting things. I have to really sit down and summon it.
You know, for some people it's so easy, and then for some people, like I've never been able to write a good song.
Yeah.
You know, and I know it takes practice, and I don't have time to do it that much, and I don't play out a lot, so
Yeah.
and you know, I don't pick up the guitar as often as I should. But
Yeah.
I know that it takes, you know, that for every good song you write 20 bad songs.
Yeah, totally. And I think it's also it's an intentional practice of sometimes you can get busy in life and be like, oh my gosh, it's been weeks since I've sat down and thought about writing. So, you know, you want to keep inspiration around you and keep good people around you, like Elijah Ocean here,
Yeah.
who's a great songwriter and is writing a lot and always sending me voice memos of songs. And I'm like, that's great. And then it makes me be like, I should write a song.
Well, that's cool. You know, Bob Schneider does this thing, you know, Bob Schneider out of Austin, and he has a songwriting circle. Mm-hmm. And, you know, there are songwriters from all over the country. And, you know, they do it via computer, but everybody has to write a song every week. And then they sit down and, you know, talk about it and help each other out. And I think
Yeah.
that's such a brilliant idea.
I have a really good friend, Miranda Dawn, of the duo Dawn and Hawks.
Oh, I know. Yeah, they've been in.
Yeah. And they, years ago, started this website called Songwriter Weekly. And she had a community of us all over the country. And she would post a prompt, a phrase every week that we would then have to write the song that week and post a YouTube video. And that's how I wrote Louisa. That's how I wrote some Liquor Up off of this record. That I've gotten a lot of songs out of that. I should probably do it again.
It's like a kick in the butt.
Yeah, and it holds you accountable, and it's a really, even if you're not in the same room, it's encouraging to have other songwriters in your circle who are kind of cheering each other on and checking each other out in an encouraging way.
Yeah, it's not competition. It's support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, you mentioned Louisa. Let's take a listen. This you got Rodney Crowell to sing on this one.
Yeah.
From the album Bright Lights and the Fame, Michaela Anne, Rodney Crowell, and Louisa on KRCB. Louisa, Michaela Anne from Bright Lights and the Fame, Rodney Crowell on that one. I just mentioned to you, I like the way you say going back to Sacramento because the cadence is just perfect.
Yeah, it's fun to sing that too.
It beats, you know, going back to Nantucket.
Yeah.
Michaela Anne on tour. She was nice enough to bring Elijah by once again and stop by the studio. Tonight she's going to be at the Fillmore.
Hanging out.
Hanging out with Lucinda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being a groupie.
Have you met Lucinda before?
I have, yes.
Yeah.
She's like the kindest heart
She
in
is
the world.
She is a character too.
Yes, she's totally a character.
You know what? And I mean this in the nicest possible way. She's a broad.
Yeah.
She really is. She really is.
She's an incredible woman. I don't know her well. I've just met her, but I mean her, when you listen to someone's songs so much, you feel like you know them.
Yeah.
But she's definitely a unique, incredible person.
Yeah. And such a talent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen her many, many times, and sometimes she's really on and sometimes not so much.
Yes.
But you don't care.
Yeah, it's very true. I've seen the same situation, and I'm never disappointed just because I just love her so deeply.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
And when can we expect the next record?
Well, I'm hopefully in the next year.
Okay.
It hasn't been recorded, so I'm trying to finish up enough songs to have. I don't feel like I have all the right songs yet. So, but I'm hoping to record in the next few months or get that going.
Cool.
So
Can't wait.
definitely in the next year or two.
How about you, Elijah? When's your new record coming out?
Well, I have a record that I've finished. It's mastered and stuff, so I'm like getting the business side of things together, and hopefully it'll be out this summer around July. That's
Make
what
sure
I'm
we
shooting
get
for.
one.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Michaela Anne on tour right now to support this new record. You can get the record everywhere. Bright Lights and the Fame. In fact, these guys are heading up to the Last Record Store. Whenever they come to town, they go up shopping. And I'm sure you can find this record there. You can find it online. You have a website?
Yeah, michaelaanne.com. And Michaela is a very confusing name for a lot of people. It's Michaela. It's Michael with an A.
Yeah, that's how I remember. It's Michael with an A.
Yeah, it's
And Anne with an
yeah,
E.
exactly.
Yeah. Michaela Anne, thanks so much for coming in. We talked a little bit about this video that you shot under the willow tree. And it's a really nice version of this song.
Thank you.
Easier Than Leaving. And it kind of makes sense because you were actually leaving the house that very day. Yeah, so it's very wistful.
Yes.
And I'm going to follow this up with a little George Jones just because
Yes.
we should.
Yeah.
This is KRCB FM, Radio 91.